Live from Cool Boys Central.
You're the boss down there. I'm boss up here.
From bat tips to bat nips, we are just cool boys revisiting Batman, the animated series, and wearing hats. This is Batman and Beyond, a Cool Boys podcast.
I see Batman and Beyond.
Alright, you ready?
Steve, tell me if you recognize this theme, okay? No?
Maybe somewhat familiar.
Well, Steve, it should be very familiar because it is the theme to Airwolf. And Airwolf, for me, was an awesome show. I wasn't into Knight Rider because I wasn't allowed to watch Knight Rider. It was too sexy around my house. Too sexy. You're not allowed to watch Knight Rider and that David Hasselhoff with those hips and those fucking biceps and pecs. And don't forget the one most important thing about Hasselhoff, his abs. But I wasn't allowed to watch Knight Rider. I wasn't allowed to watch Magnum P.I. I was allowed to watch Airwolf.
I never saw that.
Airwolf was awesome. But Steve, do you want to know who the main actor for Airwolf is?
What? No, I don't.
Do you want to know who the main actor for Airwolf is?
Is this going to be all about Airwolf, this episode?
Steve,
oh, God.
Who's the main actor for Airwolf?
Like I just said, I've never watched the show.
His name is Jan Michael Vincent.
No, awesome,
that guy
man.
has an incredible fucking name. That's
awesome,
an incredible name.
Uh-huh.
That's the actor's name. Do you know what his character's name was?
Airwolf?
Stringfellow Hawk. He was the test pilot for Airwolf and had to go hunt down Airwolf in the pilot or whatever of Airwolf because Airwolf gets kidnapped. The helicopter gets kidnapped and used for the wrongdoing. It's essentially, imagine the Raven, the helicopter in this episode of Batman we're about to talk about. Every time you see it, it's essentially just Airwolf. It's what Airwolf would be doing.
Airwolf would be flying the helicopter?
No, Airwolf is the helicopter.
Oh, okay.
And it is stolen and used for nefarious purposes in Libya. And this is all in like 84 through 86, right? Like this is a long time ago.
But the connection with this helicopter is the way that this stealth helicopter sees. It uses special computer programs to see. And that's the connection.
Yeah, and so does Airwolf.
Oh, really?
They have an advanced fucking helicopter as well, Steve.
It uses like advanced sonar technology and computer AI to determine its targets or something.
Oh my god, it's got the best. It's
well,
stealth.
have you read the...
stealth,
I forget. Have you read the copy on this or not?
No, I haven't read anything yet. We haven't even started this episode yet, Steve.
Well, can we start?
Greetings, Cool Boy Bat Nation, and welcome to another Bat episode of Batman and Beyond.
What?
A Cool Boys podcast. I'm Ballard, an Airwolf enthusiast.
And I'm Steve, an anti-Airwolf enthusiast.
Wow, you could just not care, but instead you've chosen to actually go against Airwolf.
Yeah, basically.
Wow.
Well, it's like pretty old, so I'm just going to throw it out there that I don't like it.
Tonight's episode is Blind as a Bat. Directed by Dan Reba. Story by Mike Underwood and Len Wein. Teleplay by Len Wein. Steve, this is Len Wein's third time writing for Batman the Animated Series.
Yeah, he used to write for Wolverine. Or he invented the role, creator of Wolverine, right?
Creator of Wolverine, absolutely, and co-creator of like Swamp Thing and Storm, I think, and yeah, lots of things. He is very influential in comics, and he made his way to television, I guess. Yay. All right. This episode came out February 22nd, 1993, and this week's villain is the Penguin. Wikipedia says the Penguin steals an experimental helicopter from an air show. From an Airwolf show? Causing an explosion that temporarily blinds Bruce Wayne. Batman knows he won't be able to wait until his vision returns to track the Penguin down, and he must find a way to do so without the use of his eyes. And the easy answer there would be, Bruce, just pick up a phone and call Dick Grayson or Barbara Gordon up.
Yeah, I don't know. It seemed weird that he wouldn't just be like, "Hey, Robin, I can't see. I need to chill out." I guess that's his ego. So now he's like, "This isn't gonna stop me. This is nothing. I'm Batman."
One of the first things we're going to find right away when we watch this episode with the Raven, that's very much modeled after Airwolf, of course, is that they mentioned that it has a zero visibility flight system. Okay? ZVF. It's very much said beforehand before we even see the actual ZVF flight system. And it's like the very first thing you see is a button that says ZVE. Why did they just spend all this time saying ZVF? And then the first thing you fucking see is ZVE. It doesn't make any sense.
Those
at all.
Korean animators.
And then for the rest of the episode, it says ZVF. It's all over the frame. It says ZVF.
Yeah.
But that very first thing you see is ZVE.
I saw it. I wonder if they corrected that on the Blu-ray release. I like how badass Bruce is just sitting there in this chair while this helicopter is going off. He's just sitting there like this smug, billionaire.
But he's not happy about it, though, for some reason, too. Because
he looked happy
the weapon systems.
In the beginning, before he says he's not happy about it, where he's like, "I'm worried about doing this military thing." Like, why else is he doing this military contract? He looked pretty smug about it. I don't know.
He doesn't want to be a weapons manufacturer.
He doesn't want to be a Stark.
Yeah, make all that money.
Have they established that he already makes arms or no?
No, yeah, he's made lasers and shit that are for medical science that should practically be killing people.
For medical science.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you make as much money as Bruce Wayne, you're not gonna know all the shit you're doing. I mean, I've been dabbling a little bit more recently in some enterprises here and there, and
tell me
I gotta
more.
say, you do not pay attention once you start getting a lot of that money.
You should always be paying attention with what you're doing.
That's
with your
why
money.
you hire people to do the things for you, Steve.
I don't know, man. You should be watching those people.
Well, honestly, when you hire people from outside of the country, they first of all, they come cheap. And then on top of that, you just get people down there that understand the languages or whatever, and they handle it. And then you don't have to worry about it. You just you work on the things that you do best, and let everyone else that do the things that they do best.
It does not sound like a good situation.
Hey,
I would recommend
everything
to be in.
is gold right now, okay, buddy? I fucking don't worry about it. And so now we're watching Batman, essentially escape an explosion and become blind.
Now, would you recommend going straight home or ignoring all instructions and then not going to a hospital?
So you mean Alfred, the dilemma Alfred is put under, where he has to decide to either listen to his master or take him to the hospital because he's blind?
And he doesn't take no for an answer. He seems like a real bad patient, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I think you when your master goes out every night and essentially beats up criminals for a living, and sleeps during the day, I think you just kind of have to realize that shit's weird and different with this guy, and you're just gonna have to listen to him. Yeah. He doesn't want to go to the hospital. Don't take him to the hospital. It's actually played really well in Batman Begins. When Bruce is poisoned as Batman by the Scarecrow, and when you you get these weird fast edits to show what's going on, and Bruce all of a sudden is kind of flashes, and he's in the back seat of one of his cars, one of his town cars, and Alfred is crying in the front seat, played by Michael Caine, crying in the front seat because he's so upset about Bruce could die at any moment, and he knows he can't take Bruce to the hospital. Otherwise, it would just give up the identity immediately of Batman. I love how that definitely played it here, Steve. it's played for the most ridiculous fucking like, you know, like he's like, because I don't want everyone to know I'm blind.
I know.
Yes, I think I probably would have taken this Bruce Wayne because everything happened as he was Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, he was Bruce Wayne.
He was Bruce Wayne when
So-
when the attack went down. No one would be
It's
like,
not like they would know
"Oh,
Batman's
shit."
blind or anything.
So he must be concerned about stock.
You think that's
right?
the issue? I guess so. I didn't think about it like that, but it didn't make a lot of sense because he was Bruce Wayne and he just jumped out of the way. He could have just been like, "Oh, I got injured and I need to go to the hospital." Instead, he's like, because he was like so fixated. I think he just wanted revenge against the Penguin, so he was like, I just found this new technology that I funded for this helicopter. Instead, I'll use it for myself, and I'll just, try and stop Penguin because he was just so mad at him.
Yeah.
Because he fucked with his military contract. That's the big butts. This is his first military contract, and he fucked it up.
He fucked it up. Penguin fucked it all up. Absolutely. And what did he fuck it up for, Steve? He fucked it up so he could steal a helicopter, so he could ransom the helicopter for how much?
$100 million?
$100 million.
That's a lot of
and let
money.
me tell you, I've been getting up there.
Oh, really? Oh, my gosh. Can you pay off my student loans?
Hey, sure. I've been helping out a lot of friends, and let me tell you this, Steve. Once you pop, you can't stop. Because you know why, Steve? Because business is a booming. Business is a booming.
What business? So how are you making money?
Import,
on that?
export. It's mostly about establishing the ways and the best practices, essentially, for export and import, and just making sure we have actually the channels to get things around.
I'm concerned.
That's fine. I wouldn't be. You don't have any reason to be. I am not. And I don't want to say anything right now. I got some big news actually at the end of the episode. I'll drop. I'll wait for that to the end of the episode.
Ooh, I'm excited. You're on air. You okay there?
Got that celebrity status.
Yeah. What is it?
Celebrity status. I do have a question for you, Steve. So is Dr. Leslie Tompkins, besides being a general physician, also an electrical engineer and optical specialist?
It seemed like it. It definitely seemed like she was going well beyond her typical house
She
call.
fucking builds Batman an entire headgear that allows him to actually see while blinded.
It connects to his brain, just like that. That's, simple.
The tech Batman has here, or that Leslie Tompkins has, I'm not sure actually who has it.
I think it was Batman. Maybe it was from the
insane.
Riddler. Maybe it had something to do with the VR helmet that he had. I don't know.
That aids the echolocation. I don't
that
understand
connects
it.
to the brain. Some sort of how he was able to connect the, way someone can see.
Yeah, was it like using sound waves to kind of like fill the space and then
I think
report back what the space
kind
looked
of.
like a dolphin does kind of, or Daredevil does kind of, or was it something different, more along the lines of like it was actually like cameras that were recording and then like feeding the video to his eyes, his brain?
I think it was the echolocation, and not cameras. It would make a lot more sense if he just had like small little cameras feeding it, but I guess
But then
he
it
can't
wouldn't be a
see.
bat metaphor, Steve.
Yeah, he can't see, so it's basically it's literally hooked into his brain. I don't know how they connected it to his skull. That's why I was saying maybe there was the VR helmet. That was because in a VR helmet, it's not. Well, I guess it was still just like goggles that he was probably wearing.
He would still need, to have the visibility, right? The actual eyesight he does
Yeah.
not have currently, that is temporarily been blinded by, right?
So they did some sort of crazy brain surgery. Yeah.
Well, we do get with this fucking VR headset, whatever this is, we do get a sick POV, LVF, Bat Vision perspective, and it is awesome like Airwolf. It really is. I love the gorgeous, complicated animation during this dogfight between Penguin and the Raven and Batman in the Batwing. And he's flying this Batwing this whole time on fucking whatever, on LVF,
ZVF,
on fucking,
or whatever it is.
or ZVF, the zero visibility flight.
Yeah, I actually thought that this was a good Penguin episode for him being a villain. That he's it's much more classic. You just stealing a helicopter and trying to wreak mayhem and ransom it for as much as he can get. Yeah, I thought that was kind of a fun episode for Penguin.
Doesn't it always seem though that people who choose those types of crimes, like from I guess the perspective of audience, it's like okay, but what's your real end like result here? You're gonna get away?
Get
like,
100
do you really
million?
think you're gonna get away?
Yeah. I never seen it be successful, but I guess
And
it's like
neither have they.
I guess that's always the hope, is to do it. I don't know. It must have worked sometime. You just see all these TV shows that say it's not, because that's what they want us to think, that it's not successful.
Oh, that's an interesting point. So, yeah, so maybe we should take more chances and try things that you see a lot in TV and movies, and maybe try them instead in real life and see if maybe like you could just get it past TSA and things.
Maybe you could try whatever you want, but I don't recommend it to do anything illegal.
I got you, Steve-O.
All right, let's just get that clear. Cool Boy Nation.
On the nose, big guy.
Mm-hmm.
I know what you're saying.
I
know what you mean.
But it's so obvious when Batman loses his vision in his ZVF vision when he crashes.
Oh my god, that's the best. It's so tense when he's crashing and he's like going in and out of ZVF and he's got, like, he literally has zero visibility at times when his ZVF is not working, and he's like, I remember I just like watching that scene as a baby boy battler. My eyes were glued to the screen. My mouth was agape, and I was worried the whole fucking time for Batman. And then of course crashes, jumps out of the cockpit, snaps the power cable in the process, immediately setting the fucking stakes for the final showdown.
Mm-hmm. And Penguin really sucks. It's a nice set piece though. I definitely like that he goes into this it's like a smalt. What kind of factory is it?
It's like an iron factory or an iron smelting plant.
Smelting, yeah. They're just doing all this heavy machinery work, and very easily could get Batman because he's blind. It's
Terminator 2, baby.
Yeah,
Terminator 2. But see, this Batman episode also draws inspiration from clearly Temple of Doom. When the hired goon goes and fucks with Batman up on the conveyor belt is a lot like the end of Temple of Doom, when the lead thuggy slave driver actually fights Indiana Jones on the conveyor belt with a chain, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I didn't put that together. But yeah, that is similar.
Immediately reminded me of Temple of Doom. But then Batman's vision goes completely dead. His bat vision goes full dead for the boss fight against Penguin.
Mm-hmm.
And he actually has to use his real senses now, and he's listening, right? He sets off the steam so that Penguin will start coughing, and then he hears the coughing and he fucking beats on him so hard.
Yeah, well, it takes him a while to get to that point. Penguin, it takes a while for Penguin to realize that he's blind. And then he just toys with him. He should have just killed him. Yeah. But yeah, Batman's pretty badass where he just hears one little noise and he just throwing those daggers.
Well, Penguin ran out of bullets, so all he has is an umbrella to kill Batman with. So he's not really necessarily has the best thing to fight Batman with at this point, because this umbrella is not a knife umbrella, is it? It was a rifle umbrella.
One.
It was a rifle one. He was shooting at Batman and he ran out of bullets when he had the clear shot, and he didn't get him. That's why he stopped. He didn't kill him at that point.
I think it's the same umbrella.
Oh, you think it's it's a Swiss Army knife umbrella.
Yeah, I don't think he has it was the umbrella that he used to weirdly
They've
cut
done that
buttons.
in the cartoons, I'm pretty sure. I don't think I'm drawing only from Batman Returns here, but I'm pretty sure in the cartoons that there's been points where they've acknowledged he has different umbrellas. Oh, he just busted out the sword. You're right, Steve. This umbrella is a Swiss Army knife umbrella for sure, at least. Yeah, he just tried to stab Batman. He couldn't get him.
Good
call. I want to point out, this is the first time Penguin has stayed on brand as essentially being the same character from the last time we saw him. When we saw him in The Mechanic, he was definitely a much more villainous, evil character. that didn't seem to be more stupid or easily beaten by children, or essentially boiled down to just being a bad man in an aviary with other birds. This was like, Penguin is kind of a dickhead in this, and he's kind of an asshole. Oh, yeah, or what was the other time we saw him when he was just, like, let out of prison, and he just wanted to go be with rich people, and they didn't like him, so he kind of pissed on them?
I'm pretty sure this is the last episode where he's, like, a bad guy, and then from here on out, he's reformed again. And he, like, eventually, I think he, like, runs for, isn't he, like, mayor or something like that?
I forget. Wait, this is the last time we see Penguin in season 1?
I think so, and where he's a bad guy. And then he's kind of like we're supposed to be reformed again. They like retool the show a little bit or something like that.
For the Adventures of Batman and Robin, and then the new Batman Adventures is when they like changed it up again.
One of them is when Penguin gets like kind of retooled, and they show him more reformed, I guess. I think that's the next time you see him.
Yeah.
Yeah. At some point, I think he like runs for city politics or something like that, or city office. We'll find out when we get there.
Yeah. I have to say, I give this episode 5 out of 5 boys because it is all about Batman and Airwolf, baby.
I give this one like 4 or 4.5. It was fun. It was a good episode, but it wasn't like one of the best that I've enjoyed.
Steve, before we go, I just have to mention real quick my update. I just want to talk about real quickly. There's some big surprising news. I can't get into too many details here, but one of our pen pals from a few weeks back. He's essentially someone I've been talking to a lot recently, and we're getting into some big things together. And he's asked me now to oversee some operations down. Is
this like a Nigerian prince, like one of those situations?
No. It's in South America. I don't want to really get into the country. We'll call it Valverde. So I've been asked to go see oversee some operations in Valverde, and it's obviously Valverde is not a real country. I just don't want to say the country's name.
All right.
But so I'm gonna go down there and oversee some operations, and since we're getting into business with each other, he thought it was really important that I actually kind of met the family, if you will, and go down and check it out.
Well, that sounds like a lot of fun. So are we skipping a week? Or
I think it will be, and I'm hoping I'm going to be able to record next week still. If I'm not able to, Cool Boy Nation, I apologize in advance. I'm not so sure what the internet, Wi-Fi, all that's like down there. But that being said, absolutely, if we can record down there, Steve, I will definitely record.
All right. Steve,
just always remember, I just want Cool Boy Nation, I always want everyone to know, cream, cash rules everything around me. Cream, get the money. Dollar bills, y'all.
All right. Great bat stuff.
Great bat stuff, Steve. Cool Boy Nation, tune in next week. Same cream bat time, same cream bat channel.
Yes.
Cool Boy Bat Nation, be sure to let us bat know what you bat thought of Blind as a Bat, or what your favorite bat episode is by bat emailing us at batmanandbeyondcoolboys@gmail.com. New episodes come out every Tuesday. Also, check out our other great Cool Boy Central content with the Cool Boys Podcast on iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Play, and Patreon. Be sure to like and subscribe to the Cool Boys and review us on iTunes. Also, donate to us on Patreon. It only costs $1, and you will receive special access to content too hot to air. You can find the Cool Boys on Patreon at www.patreon.com/coolboyspodcast. Thank you for listening. Stay cool, Cool Boy Bat Nation. And that's Bizees from Cash Rules Everything Around Me. Cream, get the money. Dollar bills, y'all. Ballard.
Bizees from Steve.
So cool.
Batman
and beyond.
Oh, yeah.
Batman
and beyond.